Enough of this sniveling pageantry, you weaklings! Listen carefully. Fight till you die. It's better than getting killed while you stand here and tremble.
You can go fight, you big jerk!
Oh, you bet your butts I'll fight. After all, I'm a real noble. Unlike you wannabe royals, I'm not a coward.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. This is Friday, so it's the Ramblings of Biggles. Yes, where I, Biggles, ramble about a whole bunch of shit. Like today, I was just thinking, why the fuck do some animes have really fast pacing, where like 30 fucking events can happen in like 3 episodes, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? I've also rambled on about how confused I am about the most simple fucking shit that normal people should understand, but they don't. So I go on about all this crazy shit. I don't really have much to talk about today, but I am going to find things to talk about, and I am going to talk about you guys. All right. I forgot to save some tweets, so we do have some deaths that happened, and I was literally playing one of the games where Peter Cullen was in just 2 days ago with XCOM 2, because he's one of the announcers in XCOM 2. What's up, Marcel? And he just passed away at 85, and then Tim Curry just passed away. And I watch Clue every year. I have to watch Clue every year. I literally have this picture of when I met Gina Carano from Red Alert 3, and Tim Curry is in that game with him. And he says the only place he can escape capitalism is space, because he plays a Soviet leader in that game. But yeah, so we had some sad shit that happened this week. But I watched an anime that I have literally never heard anybody talk about, like, at all, except maybe Swigs. But Swigs is the kind of person who will like go to the browse A to Z and then just watch it in order. So he'll be like, have you seen this anime called I Put My Finger in My Butthole and Now All the Girls Think I Am Smart? You know, like those are the kind of shit he'll ask me. It's like, did you see this? So this is like, I think Swigs might have brought this up one time. I'm actually going to look at my phone, search this word of the anime, and see if it's actually in there. Because if it is, I'm going to laugh. No, it's actually not in here. So I don't think Swigs has watched it, because he usually Swigs will be like, I watched this anime called I Sniff My Own Farts or something. Like he finds the weirdest shit. And I'm like, okay, thanks, Swigs. But I watched this anime. It's like a VR, one of those VR ones, and I will go over it a little later. I think this is one of the better animes that I've seen that I've never heard anybody talk about, like not even in passing. So I'll talk about that a little later. We're going to go over all the anime that I watched that we don't talk about on Monday. Someone pretended to be okay, here. Let's go to the story. Okay. And I found this tweet from my friend who posted this. Where is it? Okay. So here it is. So a man. Okay. In case you missed the story, you know this is insane. Feds say a 35-year-old man faked being a 49ers player and allegedly scammed 26 women out of more than $1.3 million through romance and investment schemes. He reportedly used fake 49er career, fake Instagram, fake bank statements, luxury cars. His iGram even had free agency 1 year and Super Bowl highlights. He was arrested at the airport with a alleged accomplice. Bro created an entire NFL career to run a $1.3 million dating scam. Now, my friend here, Society Reviews, says the funniest thing about this story is that not a single woman used their phone to confirm whether the dude was even on the roster. So they just believed everything this guy said and believed he was a player, and then they basically gave him $1.3 million. And the funny thing is, every place I'm seeing where I see this, it is confirmed that no one even fucking looked it up to figure it out. Except maybe the person who fucking called the feds on him. Like, holy shit. That's the funniest thing. Like, how do you guys, like, I understand if it's like really old people, but this dude is saying he's a professional football player. Why the fuck would you need to give him money? Are you guys fucking stupid? But this is hilarious because when I watched football, I was a 49er fan. So this makes me fucking laugh so much. Okay. Kylie Mills gets announced to be the English voice actor of Nine from Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave. This is the character we all thought was maybe Flame in disguise, but now people are speculating that the reason why Sereth is there, because they showed Sereth, is this is probably the time when she was asleep, and he's going there to like wake her up. But this could also be one of the what the fuck are they called? Darget? No, those are the people in this new land. This could literally be like one of the like children of this, because of the green hair and stuff. And I like Kylie, so there we go. And then we also had Paul got cast, the voice cast for Nezha. So that should be cool. I think Nezha is a melee character based on the design. Paul's really cool. I've met him twice now. The first time we talked about Farmagia. The second time we talked about it being Vegeta in Dragon Ball Daima. Because I don't think... Yeah. And then he'll be back next month. No, not next month. The start of the month after. So he'll be back in October. So I'm going to go talk to him, and it's at a con where I could probably talk to him for like 30 minutes at a time, and like no one else comes up. Hail everybody. And like there's not many people that are there so far. So like it will be like you get like a good chance to meet everybody and talk to everybody. Last year it was busier, but like that's just because of where it was. But it's usually a small con. You can meet everybody in a day. And you can usually talk to them for a good amount of time. Oh, and I think the last one was busier because it had Chris there. So like when you get the main voice actor for Vegeta, that's when it's crazy. And he's the Daima voice actor for Vegeta. But Paul's cool, even if he is a Yankee fan. But hello, chat. How's everybody doing? Usually I like to have little pictures of Juvia that I found on artwork, but I haven't found a lot of Juvia. So here's a little Wendy. All right. Here's a little bit of Wendy. Ooh, here's Juvia and Urza. There's our fairy tale art. I think that's all of it, right? I don't think I see it. All right. So NBA 2K27 came out. This dude is on OKC. His name's something Chet. What the fuck is his name? Chet Holmgren. Okay. They gave him a rating of 45 strength. They gave Caitlin Clark a strength of 59. They've given like he has the lowest rating in the entire game, even below the women. Like I see that he has really small arms, but he's probably still stronger than the women. And they gave him the weakest thing, and apparently he isn't fucking happy. But honestly, 2K is fucking dog shit. I miss the days of NBA Live. Better shooting too. Like, okay. So, Mets former baseball player Pete Alonso is on an absolute fucking tear. He has 9 home runs and a batting average of 508. So every other at bat, he's hitting the ball. In his last 16 games, he probably ticked off when. Okay, so I don't know who the fans of the devs are in 2K, like the basketball scene, because the basketball game is basically the same for the longest time, and it's complete dog shit. I think I have like 2011 on my thing, and it's basically the same game, except it's slightly a little better than it is now. But he probably ticked off one of the devs who was an OKC fan, and because they lost, and he got fucking bullied. He got absolutely bullied in like game 7 or whatever in the championship. Like not the championship, but like the Western Championship. So I said earlier with the Mets, like I was okay with them not signing Pete Alonso if they got a good first baseman. And now that the season is kind of have gone, like I am totally not cool with them getting rid of Alonso. Why? Because we found out that Pete Alonso was actually the leader of the team, right? Basically, they followed his lead. He was a much bigger locker room person than people give him credit for. And he's way better than anybody we have at first base, you know? Yeah, hindsight is 2020. But I did want, like, I said, listen, I understand why they're not signing him, but re-signing him, right? And because he wanted 5 years, and I was like, well, you could give him like a lot of money for 3, you know, and then, but they didn't want to do that, right? But then the replacements they had for him were S, right? And then he was playing really bad early on, but he would still be better than anybody on the fucking team right now. And the thing is, he doesn't get injured, so he would have been much better than getting the guys that we got for him. And it kind of sucks because I love Pete Alonso. I understood why he was leaving, and I was okay with it, but I'm really not okay with it. Okay, why do we have to lose Pete for the fucking bums we have playing first? At least Jared Young is playing well right now, and the Mets aren't officially eliminated from the playoffs, but they'd have to go undefeated for the rest of the year to realistically have a shot of making it. They're at their absolute limit of games they can lose to make it. So they're not making the playoffs. Let's see. They dropped another trailer for season 3 of of Apothecary Diaries, and it's going to be 2 cores, fall and spring. So that means we have a break during winter. I hate when they split it out like that. All right. Let's do these 2 stories. Or the 2 our 2 samurai stories, and then we'll jump into the anime, and who knows what else we'll talk about. All right. My neighbor Kevin pulled the cord on his lawnmower 50 times. The engine did not start. It made a sound like a dying lawnmower. Samurai does not ignore a comrade fighting an invisible enemy. I walked over. I pulled the cord 30 times. We took turns. We disassembled the carburetor. We discussed the spark plug for 1 hour. We achieved nothing. At 5 p.m., his wife brought 2 cold sodas. She looked at the broken mower, then at Kevin, and smiled. She whispered to me, "He lost his job on Monday. Thank you for keeping him in the garage." We did not fix the mower. We are meeting next Saturday to fail again. That is a good neighbor. All right. Good neighbor indeed. All right. Next one. In Japan, if you order food incorrectly, the waiter will quietly guide you. In Texas, I forgot the word for well done. I looked the cook in the eye and said, "Burn the beef until it has no regrets." The man dropped his spatula. What kind of server has a spatula? Okay. He stared at me with tears of joy, turned to the grill, and bellowed, "1 pound of no regret for table 4. It is on the laminated menu now. $20 listed directly below the ribeye. Oh, look, made with AI. This post is posted by AI. Way to go, Samurai. I would assume it was made with AI when he said the waiter dropped his spatula. But it's still fun to read these stories nonetheless. All right. Now, we shall stop sharing that screen. We shall go to our next screen. Let's do my review now. Okay. So, usually with these, I write out my reviews before I do it, but I didn't. So, we're doing Beaufry. I do not want to get hurt, so I'll max out my defense. Now, I am going to say something that people might think is crazy. This show is fucking awesome. I'm giving it a 91. It is most excellent. Why do I say this? It's got great fucking animation. It's got good art. It has cool level designs for like the levels in the game. It has fun characters. It's got kind of bad pacing. And it's just overall really good. And it does a great job with the devs. Okay, so they have the devs in the game, and I think it might be realistic to what devs are doing. Because a lot of them are like, no, they keep doing things we don't want them to do. We got to fix this. We got to change this. We got to do this. Oh, well, we can't do that because then other people aren't going to want to play it. We can't nerf the most popular player in the game because if we do that, then other people are going to be upset, and then we're going to ruin the challenge for the people that want to take her down. And just all the stuff that go on in this game or in this show, I love it, right? You have your own, she's not the main character, but she's the best friend of the main character, and she's the one who gets her into the game. She is basically Sun Raku from Shangri-La Frontier, and I have to say, very, very well done. And then you have the character who like really doesn't know how to play. She's like, I'm just going to put all my stats into defense. And then she like falls asleep where all the animals are going. And they're just eating her. They're just trying to eat her. And because she has so much defense, they can't hurt her. Now there are some questions I have to ask because Risa/Sally made it sound like this was a brand new game. Uh, and like the first event of the game has never happened yet. And then when they join, they're like, huh? We have new players? Like, we've never had new players before. And then, like, 2 weeks later, it's the first event that happened. So I'm so fucking confused on whether this is an old game getting new players and they're like, oh, well, now we're going to do patches and everything. Like, you joined right before a patch. Like, I don't know. They didn't do a good job of showing that, but there is like a light novel series. So I wonder if the light novel series explains that a little better. But let's go. Is there any graphic language? None. There was no swear words. How much violence? There's a bit more. I mean, there's tons of fighting, but the blood gets pixelated, right? Is there any nudity or sexual content? Uh, I'll put it like here. Um, unless you count a girl having boobs existing is sexual, then there there is only if you count a girl having boobs as sexual, then no. What about political bias? None. Yeah, Marcel, this was a lot of fun. Like, I had so much fun with this, and I've never heard anybody talk about it. Like, the animation's good, the art style's good, the story's decent. Like, how the shit happens, like, I laughed a couple times. Like, a lot of the times it was just me smiling at like the stupid shit that was going on. But I actually laughed a couple of times, like, holy shit, I did not expect that. Is it family friendly? 100%. You can watch with your kids and be rude. Also, don't have to worry about your parents walking in on you. Entertainment value a lot. It is just good overall. Okay, so now usually this is the part where I go in and I have this pre-written, but I didn't do that this time, and that's because I went to go play with my niece instead. So yeah, so Biggles failed us all, but I'm going to write it now. This show is the best anime I have seen that I have never heard a single person talk about. I don't even see any of the girls on random people's waifu lists. I don't. I really don't. I've never seen any of these characters on a waifu list. Okay. The main character, Maple, and her turtle syrup. Get it? Maple syrup. There we go. I was spelling the words incorrectly. Get it? Maple syrup. Okay. The main character, Maple, and her turtles, maple syrup, are great. One of my favorite parts of the show. How does a complete noob? Yes, when you're using like a brand new player, you use NEWB, and you use NOOB if they play like they're a newbie. There's two different noobs, okay? Just so you guys know. How does a complete noob become the best player in the game? Well, you just got to watch her crazy shenanigans. How do you even spell shenanigans? Shenanigans. To find out. The animation for this show is great. The art style, good. Level designs on the game in the anime are good. Characters, fun. Let's see. A lot of good fights. The devs are probably the most realistic part. Sometimes they want to nerf Maple, but they are worried that it will make everyone mad. So they just keep trying to make bosses that will counter Maple. However, However, Maple finds some crazy way to deal with it. It is just a lot of fun. But I do question some things. One, the pacing. Why is it so quick? Sometimes a big event happens 2 episodes later. And that happens a lot. More stuff has happened in the first 12 episodes, not including the second season. Then most animes. Like, holy crap. A lot of shit happened. Let's see. Also, since the pacing is crazy, some of those awesome level designs I talked about only get like 1 episode. And it is a shame. I do want to say Sally / Risa, Maple's best friend, is an absolute monster. Even though Maple can turn into one. Sally is basically Sun Raku. How do you spell Sun Raku from Shangri-La Frontier? Sun Raku SOF. No, I know it's Hisatome, but how do you spell Sunraku? SUNRAKU. Where's my... Oh, here it is. Basically, Sunraku from Shangri-La Frontier. Wait, hold on. One, the pacing. And then two, since the pacing is crazy. And then three. Let me add three here. Three. The show makes it sound like it is a brand new game, even has like brand new first time events for the show or for the game. But characters act surprised when new players start. If you have time to watch 24 episodes of a show, might as well check out this anime. I do apologize if you are one of the people who only judge animes based on how much fan service the girls are, because you won't get that here. However, some of the girls are freaking adorable and just fun to watch them kill monsters. Okay. Like the twins are freaking adorable. Okay. Are freaking adorable and just fun to watch them kill monsters. Okay. There we go. All right. Foolish. That is my review. I gave it a 91. This fucking anime is fucking great. It is most excellent, my friends. All right, let's ooh, you know what? I can just go this and I don't even have to open the other one. Okay. So we talk about 100 Girlfriends on Monday. We do not talk about though I'm an inept villainess. So 2 weeks ago, at the very end, her old servant said, "It really is you, isn't it?" Well, we find out how she found out. One, she does the same shit that she did in her old body. Two, she threatened the current old body because she said something she would never say. Knife to throat. She's like, "Who are you? Why? What did you do?" And she finds out what happened. Goes back. Once Riri finds out, like, everything changes. She starts cleaning everything as if it was like for the other girl. We have what else did we have? We had the meeting of the courtesans, and then and we got some backstory of the former top bitches, whatever the fuck their names are. And now we have a murder. Did they murder the Empress? I think they murdered the Empress. So now I'm assuming they're going to team up and figure out what happened. Good show. Very good show. Trapped in a dating sim. They finally fixed the animation. I guess they decided the first three episodes were not important. So they had fucking really shitty animation and some shitty art. But it is kind of fixed now. And this has to be one of the best episodes. I think they did the love meter scene better than they did it in the manga. Leon is just having a full-on meltdown about having to go with Olivia and Angie. And then Olivia and Angie get on the thing and they score 120. And they're like, oh, I love you. And Leon's like, when did this become a Yuri anime? And then we get to see the scores of all the love interests. And the one she likes the most is Chris, but he likes her the least out of all of them. So it's really funny to see them all fail. Get the fight with the king and the queen. Like, I am glad they are turning this around because this is one of my favorite fucking isekai stories. So thank God. And this season was supposed to be better than season 1. And like for the most part, it's been a downgrade. But when they showed arrogance and arrogance fucking killed all those dudes, like blew up the fucking captain, and Leon's like, all right, fuck it, now I'll kill. Like, at first I didn't want to hurt anybody, but they fucked up Daniel and Raymond and hurt Deirdre and Clarice. And he's like, I am ready to fuck these motherfuckers up. Yeah, that villainous is pretty good. Looking forward to how we go forward from here. Generally one of the best villainous in recent memory. It is a very good one. I really like it. And most people are like, no, I fucking dropped it after one episode. And you're like, you literally get nothing other than they switch places in one episode. Like, I don't get it. Clevites. I moved Clevites up in front of Mashoko Tensei. Clevites had another absolute banger. We talked about this on Monday. 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 This on Monday. This on Monday. All right, Olivia Lady. All right. She basically brainwashed Richard. I think his name was Richard. The green-haired fucking loser. Maybe Raymond. One of those names. Richard, Raymond, Reggie, Reginald. I don't fucking know. She brainwashed him, and he goes on a killing spree once he picks up his sword. He fucking cuts off his little sister's head, stabs his mom through the heart. Then you get some little kids like talking shit about Elizabeth. He fucking cuts them down, then fucking kills their parents and just fucking goes off. He murders like 83 fucking people. Then he gets fucking executed. Yeah. Well, it was supposed to be like a really dark thing. But it's funny because apparently he also liked this little slut over here, the pink-haired slut, Sylphie. And she's like, no, I never really talked to him. So like she's manipulating him, saying he didn't know. This guy is getting manipulated by her. They're all a bunch of fucking idiots. So this is why I'm fucking laughing so hard that this happened. And people are like, no, it is mindless killing. There's no reason for her to kill all these people. Well, let's just put it this way. The prince decided to attack another, Little Miss War Crime is too much for me. Killing all those innocent people, she's actually the villainess, not the fun kind. All right, listen. I'm going to explain it to you the same way I explained it to this or that fucking retard, Marcel. And I'm not calling you a fucking retard, but I'm calling them one. Here it is. She does not give a shit about all those innocent people. All those innocent people turned on her. All those innocent people wanted her to die. Why? Because they all fell for the propaganda that the prince is shouting because he was manipulated by a little piece of pussy. So this whole country is going to die because he wanted pussy and believed everything she said because she's lying to him. She's telling him all this shit. She let her go away or get away. She let him get away with so much shit. And then they all wanted her to die. Her own dad was like, yeah, fuck that bitch. Even though her dad knew it wasn't her fault. The king even said this, and then he went against her. So the whole fucking kingdom is ran by incompetent fucks. So they all would have died anyways, and probably not by the sword, but by starvation, which probably would have been worse, because they all died a quick death, right? And honestly, the maid was like, well, fuck all these people. They're treating you like shit. And then as she's leaving the country, she's still hearing people badmouth her, saying how fucking awful she is. So honestly, she doesn't give a shit about any of these people. So let her fucking destroy that whole fucking kingdom. And she's kind of a hero for the other kingdom as well, because that fucking idiot of the prince, who's a fucking incompetent, that gets called incompetent every fucking day, he is the definition of what people call little dick energy, because he's so insecure about everything and he believes anything he's told because he's a fucking idiot, that he decided to attack these other people and then they got fucking destroyed. She got her reasons to be a traitor, but she went from like 51% villainous to 1000% in the last couple episodes. Yeah, I know, but you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And I'll tell you why. Because they all condemned her because of a couple of assholes. They all, like, when you go back to episode 2, I think it is, right? Go back to episode 2 and listen to all the people talking shit about her as she's leaving. Then listen to the, like, in this last episode, listen to how awful those people are talking about her before the knight who was brainwashed killed them all. Like, they're all going to fucking die anyways because the leader decided to cause war crimes and go against the empire. So now they're going to have to deal with the repercussions of going to war with other people. So when this kingdom falls, they're all going to fucking die anyways, or they're going to get treated like shit by the empire when they take them over. But all the people condemned her because of a couple assholes. So they're just as guilty. This chick literally dedicated her life to them, and then they treated her like shit because they believed propaganda. So she's like, well, fuck you guys too. Like, she wanted to stay and help the people. She didn't want the people to suffer. And then all the people were like, yo, fuck this bitch. And she's like, well, fuck you too. So yeah, those other people were assholes too. So I think they deserve it. And I think 100% they deserve it. All right. All right. From overpowered to overshadowed. They get turned into little kids. Like, Anastasia is already a little kid, and she gets turned into. But imagine yourself in the same. Knew that this guy is, and you believe it. So that guy can come around and kill you and your family because you fell for the fake news. Let's see. I know what you mean, but imagine yourself in the same situation. The news says this and this, or says this, and the guy is a PDF file, and you believe it. So that guy can come around and kill you and your family. So this is a random guy, right? So Marcel, your example isn't like significant or not a good enough, because this is a random guy, right? This is a random guy. That was the future queen of the nation. It was literally the future queen of that nation. So this is just some guy, right? Right? So it doesn't, it's kind of like, because like, let's say my next door neighbor is one, right? I don't think he is. He seems like a very nice guy. But let's say my next door neighbor is one, right? And everybody says my next door neighbor, like, what's it called? So how do I deal with that? I'm not running around to my next door neighbor's house like throwing eggs at him, right? But it's not the same, right? That like that random PDF guy, what is he doing for me? What is, like, is he doing anything for me? Because this person was literally doing everything for everybody, right? She was helping. She was giving. She was doing charity work for free. She was helping out and paying with her own money for all these people, for all these like schools and shit. She's literally doing. She's basically doing all this shit for all these people. So like, and all these people were like, "Oh yeah, this person's good." If some random guy on the street, right? It your position in life matters. Whether you say that or not. Like your position in life matters. If let's like back to my next door neighbor who when I met him he's a nice guy, but let's say he's helping me out every day, right? And he's doing a whole bunch of shit for me. Well, if my other neighbor says, "Oh yeah, he's a PDF file." Well, I'm not just going to believe them, right? I'm going to observe more. I'm not someone who's going to be like, "Oh yeah, you're definitely right." Right? All these people are just like, "Oh, clearly it's right. She's evil." When the day before they were saying how great she was for always helping her when they're going there, right? All right. Well, they literally say Trump is one every day. Right? They say Trump is one every day. Uh they did, but in this one they didn't even show evidence. And then the evidence, right? The evidence for like I can use Trump because they say he's one every day. The evidence doesn't show that he is one. The evidence showed that he was an informant, you know? A prominent figure is better known. Uh, Say one and a future ruler whose entire life has been scrutinized. People should know better than to believe false allegations. Exactly. They all just went with it because they're all fucking idiots. It's like Heavy Night. The entire thing of Heavy Night relies around everyone being a fucking moron. Because if they're not a fucking moron, the story does not work. Right? They all just believed it right away. They're like, "Oh, clearly it's true." That's the difference. I'm not there saying, obviously, uh, that's what it is, right? Like you can't just believe stuff. You got to take the evidence, right? She's like, "Oh, he pushed me down, or she pushed me down the stairs." Oh, okay. Well, you don't have any bruises. Like, there's no witnesses. Like, she's denying it. Like, she's like, "I don't even care. Like, you're so insignificant to me. Let him have his little flings because you don't matter." And like the blonde chick, who I think is going to end up being on her side at one point, is going to was even calling her that. So the whole thing is you shouldn't just wholeheartedly accept propaganda, because if the people didn't turn on her, she never would have turned on them. She probably would have just got revenge on the people. And like that was the whole thing. What do you expect? They had no internet to fact check. She really did all that stuff or not? I'm not saying they are completely without blame, but you can't kill people because they believe a lie. Well, she doesn't give a shit about them, right? So she did care about them. She interacted with them. Like she constantly interacted with these people. And they're like, "Oh, well, obviously this person that I met is a lie." So she interacts with the people all the time. It is like that is shown in like the first episode by how all the people talk about her. Like you literally can kill a person for any reason. Fucking the first murder was because Cain was jealous of Abel. Like you can kill a person for any reason you want. Right? The kingdom committed war crimes, right? Well, now it's time to get retribution. Who helped commit these war crimes? Well, this night, What am I going to do? I'm going to brainwash this knight into killing a bunch of people whenever he touches a sword, because he wants to pretend to be a noble knight, even though he did whatever he wanted and just was like, oh, it was an order. Well, we'll have to see what happens. I mean, technically, she didn't commit the war crime. He did. She got retaliation for him committing the war crime. She didn't lift her blade to kill all those people. You can't prove that she did these crimes. We only know that she did it because we're watching it. I mean, yeah. So, are you saying the people should go kill their prince? Right? Or are you saying like he directly committed war crimes, right? He ordered the war crimes. They carried out the war crimes. She killed the war criminals and then made the person who embarrassed her and committed war crimes ruin his fucking life. I don't know. It sounds like sweet justice to me. Even though I have overshadowed from overpowered. So on this one, they turned into kids. Yeah. She yeah, but we only know that because we're watching it. Right? He committed the war crimes. Technically, she didn't do shit. Yeah. Well, yeah, she's definitely a psychopath. But she's like, listen, you fucked up. I'm judge, jury, and executioner. Right? How how do you get back at the person who like committed war crimes? Well, you kill him. Right? Once you commit war crimes, you get like less rights. That's why they put you in Guantanamo Bay and make you eat cock meat sandwiches, you know? All right, so from overshadowed to overpowered, the girls turn into kids again. The blonde haired elf or demon girl, it has to do stuff for them because they lost their magic. And then Ethel's like, I'm going to go fuck shit up, and that was basically this episode. Let's see. Elusive Samurai, we talk. I don't remember what happened this episode. One of the cats. Fuck, what happened? One of the cats helps the girl learn magic or something. I don't know. I don't remember, but it was a good episode. Okay. Last week was a dance battle. This week was all about Rompo. There was like 4 mini episodes. They had a glasses meeting thing. The leader was like holding a book about childcare, how to help your 5-year-old, because Rompo is basically a 5-year-old. A bunch of fun shit. That's what it was. Duke's daughter. So, the Duke's son, Julius, gets jealous of Jarbo because Elsa runs into her and he sees her like pick paper out of her hair because she was playing with the kids. Now, she didn't tell him that she was teaching at the school yet. And then the nun goes to basically like the city council building or whatever where he works. And she tells him about Elsa basically helping out, but doesn't say her name. So then he finds out that it's his wife, right? So he buys the orphanage, and now they rebuild it and all, and now she gets to keep teaching with the kids. This is a really cute anime. It's a lot of fun. Hell Mode! They just fucking took out 1 million fucking dudes. This show gets crazy on what they can do. He's like 25 dragons, Hellfire, delete the dragons, 25 dragons, Hellfire. It is fucking insane. Oh, like, damn, I fucking like this one. But magical girls. All right, so these two find out that she's supposed to arrest her, but she doesn't want to. So she steals all the power of all her friends and goes to fight, and she's just like, we don't have to fight, we're friends, so they fight. And now she's being baited to go to the psychopath, the green-haired Diablo, who just wants to eat her and steal her powers. Legend. We get the two characters we meet in like the first episode that he first helps out, and then black-haired girl was such a bitch this episode. Oh yeah, yeah. She refused to listen at all. To like anyone. Okay. So like the two adventurers we meet in the first one in this, they are now in the sewer killing rats. Then they run to Locke to go get help. Or like these two girls, Sia and Solissus. And they go back down there. They fight a giant fucking rat. Locke is like, I'm sorry. Usually I'm used to your dad. And he does that. So she's like, oh, I'm as reliable as my dad. Yay! Like super excited, even though she's like burnt to a crisp. And then they basically find out like there might be a vampire. So they're going to have to deal with the Marquess. Frontier Lord we'll talk about on Monday. The Oblivious Saint can't contain her magical powers. So they start holding the trials. She basically wins the trials, and the girl who's in love with Prince Gilbert, the older brother, like tries to fucking strangle her. And Edward fucking blows a hole in the fucking viewing room, flies down, and basically has this girl arrested. And now she's forced to be a commoner in jail, loses everything, stripped of everything. But because her father is important, they didn't kill her. But yeah, she definitely should have been killed. She assaulted a royal family member. Oh boy, I was wrong about her. They go to the movies. We find out that Kaido, the blonde-haired dude who wants her, is like has a past that like the middle schoolers, like his former classmates hated him. So Hayato is like, oh, let's get out of here. But they all go to the movies. I think they run into Haru's mom, and then she gets home and slaps him in the face because she recognized him. And then she ran away and ran into her. So we'll see what happens next. This is also a good anime. In Seven Prince, he takes the pink-haired girl on a date. Basically, they go to a love hotel, and then she's all embarrassed. And she may have been watching him in the shower the whole time through the mirror. So this was a fun little episode. The battle for the throne is getting more and more intense. Country Bumpkin we'll talk about Monday. We'll talk about this Monday. Villager level 9999999. So we had just learned about the world and like the next level and all that shit. And now he is back. And they have the Demon King with them now. And they're going to go rescue the princess and the hero. And so this whole episode was basically going on about that, and we'll see what happens. The world's strongest rear guard. The stampede happened, which is funny because the stampede is like 7 monsters. It's only like 7 monsters. Like, this show is starting to do shit that other animes did, but now it's like the dog saved them. Like, what the fuck? Like, this is getting ridiculous. But he's like, turn around, I want to try this new power. And it's like, oh, I love you again. Fucking ridiculous. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be an ecchi, and they just didn't do it. Uh, Iron Walk. Jean. Was this the one? All right. So this one, he goes against a kid who makes like this really good meal, and he said, "You worked really hard. You're good, but no one's going to want to eat your food." It's like, what the fuck? So he drops off his soup first, and then they all hated the other guy's food because it got cold, and that food you have to eat hot. So like he lost because of that. And soon he'll have to go against the other girl from the thing, which I wish they showed more of. John is also such an asshole. I just want someone to kick his ass. Well, the girl fucking hits him all the time. And then he got hit all the time by his father or grandfather, which is why he's an asshole. But he in his insult, he finally said something nice to one person. He finally said something nice and then followed it up with being an asshole. Because I think he kind of gained some respect for his opponent, but was still like, no, fuck you, I'm all about winning. He's like extremely competitive. And then the heavy night with 8 minutes of fucking recap. Nah, he needs an ass kicking and cooking. He needs to get humiliated as a chef. Well, it's his anime, so I doubt it. I doubt he's ever going to lose. But I think the girl from Grabachos or whatever should beat him, but I don't think they're going to do it. I think they're going to have him beat her. And then they're going to come to a neutral, like, understanding of each other. So the heavy night was just like fucking 8 minutes of recap. And then 3 minutes of her beating the monster with another 30 seconds of recap in between it. And then them getting a skill book. It's like, this show doesn't actually want to tell a story. This is a show that is completely carried by its animation. And if it's going to recap everything, it doesn't deserve the animation that it has. It is the biggest disappointment of the season. I'm glad this character has only been in the last like 2 episodes for like a minute, because she's the worst fucking character. She finds out that he's not really who he says he is. They fight. She tells him everything. She's like literally in tears because she thought she was like spying on him, like to lie. Basically, they felt, or she saw through the act, but she's not going to tell anybody because she doesn't want to lose him from the school. So there's that. And that's basically all that happened. I mean, she was in it for a little bit. But yeah, this anime is fucking. Well, listen, if he ends up with the main character or the main girl, this sucks. If he ends up with her, then it's good. If he ends up with the childhood friend, it doesn't, like, it would make sense, but it really feels like the writer wants to put these two together, but it's literally just going to be drama for the series, and he's going to end up with her, who like fucking kicked him in this episode. Like, what the? This bitch is retarded. Uh, but yeah, there's that. All right. Well, I don't really have anything else. I didn't have a lot. I'm surprised I even made it an hour. Um, because I literally couldn't find anything. Um, I couldn't find anything. But I must say, I need it to be September. He gets a harem or Biggles riots. Like, I don't even care if he gets a harem. I just don't want him to be with this chick. Like, or the blonde, or not the blonde, the main girl, the fucking retarded girl. It's like he's forced to play a babysitter. Uh, but yeah, I'm surprised I even made it this long. I didn't have anything to talk about. I didn't really know what I wanted to. Oh, that's right. I did a thing. I did a thing. That's right. I joined an art class. Uh, I'm. I don't know if I've shared any of the drawings that I've been doing. Uh, where are my drawings? Uh, let's see. I did a thing. Okay. So like I've been doing some of these drawings. All right. So that's a character I drew and designed. They're all chibis, so they're all going to be kind of basic, but that's another one. These are those are AI, those aren't mine. I drew this. So like these are some of the characters. Like these are like earlier models. And then this is the one for my D&D campaign. That's a bigger one. This is another character. I asked AI to fix it, and it just put a big thing around it. It's kind of funny. Then I put them all together. I also had. Where are the other ones? I showed. Did I show my ROM? Like I drew ROM. So I've been drawing a lot, and I was like, you know what? Let me join this class. So I joined the class, and so far all I've learned is how to use Photoshop a little bit better, and how to what's it called? And now I have my I have this, which is like a drawing tablet like pad, and I draw I draw on my PC, and then I have my actual drawing tablet, which is actually in the kitchen. So I have like two different things that I use. So I just been practicing and practicing and practicing. Uh, like I have a lamp like right over there in my room, um, and I have to like 5 minutes a day. I have to stare at something and really look at how it works, how it reflects off the light, what shapes are it. So it's like everything you draw is made out of shapes, right? So when I was drawing my when I drew all my logos for MLB the show, all it gives you is basic shapes, and you have to use basic shapes to make your thing. So what I would do is I would take these basic shapes, right? And I would put them together. I actually could draw better just taking random shapes, putting them into a thing than I could actually drawing with a pen and pencil. And then all those other ones that I showed you, like this, I drew with a mouse and keyboard. And now I'm learning how to draw with actual like hands and pen, like, and I'm just drawing. and I just draw, and I'm drawing, and I'm drawing, and I'm drawing. And I learned like a better way to make a circle. So I decided to try it. So I joined a class, and hopefully I get something out of it. Because right now I can just use what I learned about like all these Photoshop things to help me do Photoshop stuff better. Because I use Photoshop all the time. So now I'm just like, yeah, I just gotta figure out all this shit and get good, you know. But thank you everybody for being here. I will give you a different thing to lead off on or to leave on than what we normally do. So enjoy. Let's go back and find it.
A cuckolding date with a human? Having Big Sis stolen from me is hard, but having the one stealing her being stolen is harder. So if I turned around and stole him too, then that would make it some kinda 3-layer cuckception? I'm too